Today, we are plunging right into the Amazon.
Into the deepest parts of the waterways?
Exactly. To look at the undisputed titan there, the green anaconda. And our mission today is really to pull apart its biological engineering.
Right, the specialized hardware and the software that make it, well, the ultimate apex predator. It's a masterclass in evolutionary efficiency.
So let's start with that hardware, the sheer physical scale of this thing. We're talking about the heavyweight champion of the snake world.
Oh, absolutely. It can weigh over 550 pounds. That's 250 kilograms.
And the girth is.
Yeah.
It's genuinely like a human torso. It's immense.
Yeah, but what's so fascinating is that despite all that mass, its primary weapon is stealth.
How does an animal that huge even stay hidden?
It's this brilliant submarine design. Its eyes and its nostrils are positioned right on the very top of its head.
Ah, so it can just sit there, almost completely submerged.
Almost 99% invisible. It can see and breathe while the rest of its body is completely hidden under the water. A true ambush predator.
Incredible. So stealth is key. But what happens when it decides to strike? I read about this thing called the conveyor belt.
That's a great way to put it. It refers to the 4 rows of teeth in its upper jaw. They're sharp, and they all curve backwards.
So they're not for chewing.
Not at all. They're like a one-way ratchet.
Yeah.
Once it grabs prey, any struggle just pulls the animal deeper into its throat. There's no backing out.
Okay, so that's the hardware locked on. But how does it even find its target in those murky, dark waters? What's the sensory software it's running?
Well, the first part is essentially a form of thermal vision.
Heat sensing.
Exactly. It has these heat-sensing pits all along its lips. They allow it to see a warm-blooded animal's heat signature, even in pitch-black conditions.
Like infrared goggles.
Pretty much. And then there's the tongue. That constant flicking isn't just for show.
Right, it's collecting information, I assume?
It's collecting microscopic particles and feeding them to a specialized part in the roof of its mouth called the Jacobson's organ.
Which creates a kind of map.
An incredibly accurate 3D smell map, yeah. It gives the snake this high-resolution picture of its environment.
And there's a third sensor, too, right? For vibrations.
Specialized receptors in its skin. They pick up the tiniest pressure waves in the water, telling it the size and distance of an animal approaching. It's a full intelligence suite.
So with all that tech, it strikes. And this is where we have to debunk a huge myth, isn't it? They don't crush bones?
No, that's the classic Hollywood image. But it's completely wrong. It's precision constriction, not brute crushing.
What does that actually mean?
It means it wraps itself around the prey and squeezes to cut off blood flow. The pressure is so intense, it instantly stops the heart and the blood flow to the brain.
Wow.
And the really terrifying detail is that it actually tightens its grip with every single exhale the prey makes.
So there's no recovery. It's a calculated vascular shutdown. But how does it then swallow something enormous without, damaging its own body?
Well, the jaw has these incredibly stretchy ligaments, so it can sort of walk its mouth over the prey. But the really amazing part is something called heart shifting.
It moves its own heart.
It temporarily relocates its internal organs, including the heart, so they don't get crushed as this massive meal passes through. It's a remarkable contingency plan.
Just incredible. Okay, let's move beyond the hunt. Because their social lives are, frankly, bizarre. This breeding ball.
Oh, it's wild. You can have up to a dozen smaller males all coiled around a single, much larger female.
For weeks at a time.
And that huge energy drain on the female leads to a pretty dark outcome sometimes.
What's that?
Sexual cannibalism. She'll sometimes eat one of the smaller males after mating.
To get nutrients for the pregnancy.
Exactly. It's a practical, if grim, survival strategy. And the outcome is that they give live birth, up to 40 young, which makes them a critical part of the ecosystem.
A keystone predator.
Right. They control populations of animals like capybaras and even caimans, keeping the whole waterway in balance.
It's just an incredible example of extreme biological engineering. But our sources point to one last, really surprising secret about them. It's in their blood.
Yeah, this part's fascinating. Their blood contains powerful natural antibiotics.
So they can get into these brutal fights, maybe with a caiman in that dirty, bacteria-filled water.
And they can heal from horrific wounds without succumbing to infection. It's this potent, natural antimicrobial defense system.
A built-in insurance policy against its own environment. So for you listening, here's a thought to take away. Consider the evolutionary pressure that would drive an animal to develop its own potent antimicrobial defense just to survive its world. What can that tell us about resilience and maybe even shielding? That's something to mull over until our next deep dive.